What's going on, guys? It's Steel City Sniper back with another video. I tried recording this video just a little bit ago and kind of didn't know where I wanted to go with it. I basically have a list to help me out here, but obviously we got a face cam going today. This is kind of just a sit down. Let's talk about Modern Warfare 3, give a nice little review about it, and help you guys decide if it's worth the $70 that its price tag is. So. Um, enjoy the gameplay in the background. It's literally just a 24 and 13 or something gameplay, nothing special. But you know, my main point of this video is just to kind of step in and as someone that basically had last year's game. So anyone that bought Modern Warfare 2, this video is basically going to be for you. Obviously, if you never played last year's game, you can still follow along with this video. But this is mainly for people, like I said, that played last year that are coming into this game. We spent $70 on the game last year, and now we have to spend $70 on this here. So the main thing that people are upset about is obviously the price tag, and knowing that it's pretty much the core aspect of like what the visuals look like. Obviously your scoreboard or your mini map, the scoreboard, the kill feed. All that stuff is basically what was in Modern Warfare 2. So people are complaining because they think that they could have at least changed stuff like that. And I definitely agree on that. But I'm going to try to play a middle ground here because my personal opinion, I think this game's worth the $70. And I will obviously give my points on that, but I want to start first basically on people that are against it. You know, we went through Modern Warfare 2. We asked for certain changes. You know, we wanted movement updates. We wanted map voting. We wanted all this type of stuff that we asked for. And Infinity Ward just kind of ignored us and said, nah, we're not going to do that. And then halfway through the year, they kind of said that they weren't going to release a game this year. Well, I guess I should say that was the rumor that came out. They weren't going to release a game. It was just going to be DLC continuing Modern Warfare 2. So when they announced Modern Warfare 3 and they said that it was going to be a full-fledged game, people were kind of, you know, skeptical because, well, you know, there's rumors saying that it's going to be DLC. What exactly is this game? And then, you know, stuff comes out about the game that things are going to carry over. The game's going to be very similar to Modern Warfare 2, and that scares people. That rightfully so. I mean, we went through Modern Warfare 2, and nothing changed that whole year. So when you're told the next game is going to be a continuation of that game, it scares you. I mean, that's just the core aspect of it. But coming into it, I tried to be optimistic. I played the beta and enjoyed it a lot. And even after, I mean, I think a lot of you guys can agree, after playing that beta, trying to go back to Modern Warfare 2 was kind of difficult. It's a much slower game. You can't move around as much. You're just very limited to what the control aspect is. So we all kind of fell for that. I shouldn't say the beta trick, but you know, that kind of influenced a lot of us. And it made us optimistic about the game and what was in store. Now, like I said, the main point of this video is to talk about the $70 price tag. My best example to say here is, if you guys remember, back in the day, Black Ops 2 days, you know, all those games around that time, they had something called a season pass. It was about, I believe, 50 or 60 bucks, and it would give you 4 map packs. And then I think there was some extra things that you'd get along with it. If you bought that, obviously you'd get all the maps they added throughout that year. You could buy those map packs. If you don't want to buy the season pass, you could buy those map packs for, I believe, it was either $12 to $15 in that range individually. And, you know, no one really complained about that at the time. So my argument against people that are saying it's not worth the $70 for this game, you are not, like, I don't think people realize we're getting all the guns that they added into this game. You get all the guns from last year's game. They're incorporating maps from last year's game. And we get all of the original OG Modern Warfare 2 maps in this game. So just right there for 70 bucks, you're getting all that content. Now, like I said, we're talking about 70 bucks here. It is a lot of money for, a quote unquote update. But I'm rationalizing it with the whole sense of the season pass system. That's something we had years ago, something that they did for the longest time, and no one complained about that. People aren't realizing also that not only do we have all these original Modern Warfare 2 maps, but throughout this whole entire year, they're going to be releasing new maps for this game. It's already been confirmed today that 3 new maps are coming in the first update. Brand new maps that obviously we've never seen before. So we're going to get guns, we're going to get content, like we're going to get all that stuff in this game. And not to mention all our stuff from the previous game got to carry over. So I understand people are upset. I'm pissed at Infinity Ward. I am completely furious that they didn't listen to us as a community. But it looks like Sledgehammer Games is kind of stepping up here and being that voice for us. So that kind of is going to step into just my pros versus cons for this game. Because like I said, there's definitely negatives, but there's definitely a lot of pros. And getting right into it, we got red dots on the mini-map again for when people shoot their guns. Something that Infinity Ward took out of the game and never added back, even though we asked for it. Sledgehammer Games put it back in the game. Map voting back in the game. We can vote for maps now. All the content carrying over and all the new content that we get in this game already. Obviously the movement system is completely better than, it kind of resembles Modern Warfare 2019. We get that again. We get perks basically again, so no more of that stuff from last year's game where it doesn't kick in till halfway through the match. You equipped your perks or your equipment or whatever you want to call it, and you have that stuff from the start of the game. We got no weapon tuning, which is great to see. I was not a fan of that. Obviously all your stuff you bought from the last game carries over, and I think just the graphics, the visuals, last year's game was kind of, I guess you can call it like that gritty look, kind of no color to it. This year's game, you guys can see it's a lot more colorful, looks a lot nicer. As for the cons, armory unlocks. I think right off the bat we can all agree armory unlocks are one of the dumbest things we're seeing. Having to complete daily challenges to basically unlock certain perks, certain attachments, certain guns. It's kind of a little much when we don't have like, that traditional prestige system, which is obviously another negative. Skill-based matchmaking, I think, is extremely high this year. You can have one good game and then the next rest of your games you're going to be getting matched up with people that are insane at the game. So that's obviously needs to be toned down a little bit. There's no new maps at launch in the sense that all these maps in the game are Modern Warfare 2 like 2009 maps. So there's no actual original content right away. But like I said, with Season 1 they will be adding all that stuff. Obviously, like I said, the UI is kind of similar. Obviously, like I said, the attachment's locked behind the armory unlocks. And I think there's no ground war. I think, having that ground war 10v10 would have been nice to have from the start. They do have war mode, but being able to play on like the traditional multiplayer maps in a full-fledged like 10v10, we need that. And I think there's reports that it's coming in the first update, but I guess we'll see. All in all, guys, I think this is a really solid game. I think if you guys give it a chance, maybe wait for it to go on sale if you don't want to spend that $70. But I think this game has potential to be one of the best Call of Duties. I've been having a blast with it this first week, and that's something I haven't had, had in a while. It's been a while since I've enjoyed a Call of Duty like this. So that's just my honest opinions. Like I said, you guys can let me know down below if you disagree or agree with it, and kind of just give me your viewpoints, because there's probably things I missed that you guys could talk about and let me know on. We can discuss it. So other than that, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.